I'm Kathleen from JB Hudson. If you wouldn't mind muting your computers or your phones, that's great. If you do have a question in the meantime, though, just unmute it and ask a question during the presentation. It's just going to be real casual. Right now, I've lost my screen, so I'm computer illiterate, so please stand by. So I'm just trying to get the screen up, everybody. I had you up, but I lost everybody, so hold on. Have a sip of your drink.
We will.
Good. Oh, got it. Woohoo! Technology. Okay. So if you'd all mute your screens, I can hear some background music or background noise. But if you do want to ask a question, just unmute it and just ask me a question anytime during the presentation, okay?
Are you on mute? This is muted unless you want me to have a question. Otherwise, the background noise is really loud.
Okay, I'll just start it because it's getting, oh, it's after 5. Happy hour started. So maybe most of you know, but I'm Kathleen Anderson, and I've been at JB Hudson for over 31 years. And I've worked all over the store, but my favorite place in the store was watches. My passion was watches. And my favorite brand is Cartier. So I've been the Cartier ambassador for over 8 years, and in the 8 years time, I bought 4 Cartiers. So kind of scary, but I love them. And whenever it's my birthday or if it's Christmas, it's like, okay, time for a nice watch or a nice timepiece. So I'm going to talk about, if you can get to the next slide here, the brief history of Cartier. So in 1847, Louis-Francois Cartier founded Cartier in Paris, France. They didn't have a jewelry store, but he made quite a few pieces of jewelry and tiaras for royalty and for customers with lots of money. He had 3 grandsons. His grandsons were Louis Cartier, who Louis Cartier was the oldest, and then he had Jacques, who was the youngest, and Pierre. So there was a store that we're showing the front, let's see, the next slide, there we go. In 1899, opens first public boutique in Paris. So Louis Cartier opened that. It was the very first time they had a boutique for Cartier. And he also had a brother that worked at London store who opened that, and his name was Pierre. And then the other brother was Jacques. So Pierre left London, came to New York, and had a small store in New York. It was just a 1-floor store, and it was a beautiful store, but it was too small. So Pierre had wanted this beautiful mansion, and he saw it for sale, but it was very expensive. It happened to be that he knew the couple that owned the mansion. It was Morton and Maisie Plant. And Maisie Plant loved a Cartier pearl necklace that was at the other location, and she had asked Pierre if she could buy it. Well, it was $1 million. And she goes, well, I don't have that. And he said, well, I want your mansion. So she was only 31, her husband was 60, and she talked him out of the mansion for the pearl necklace. So back then it was $1 million, and now this necklace is about $29 million. So they did a fair trade. They traded the pearl necklace for the mansion, and that's still in place in New York. If you've never been there, it's absolutely gorgeous. You've got to go.
Kathleen, I'll just jump in. David and I had an opportunity to visit the mansion in February for the first time. It was really cool. It's just basically a giant Cartier boutique. Everyone there was super friendly. They showed us around. They have watches, they have jewelry and everything. And I know we've encouraged some other clients to check it out in the past. And yeah, they're great to work with. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? So in 1904, the first Cartier timepiece was designed for Alberto Santos Dumont. He was a famous aviator that wanted to time his flights when racing. He had told Louis, he had met him back in 1900, he said, "I need something on my wrist. Every time I reach into my pocket for my pocket watch, I lose time when I'm flying, when I'm racing." So in 1904, this was the watch that was designed for Alberto Santos Dumont, and they did call it Santos Dumont. So it's got a beautiful square face, and it's got a little railroad track on the inside of it, and that's one of their trademarks or hallmarks for Cartier. So that's the very first wristwatch. The next slide is in 1917, General John Pershing was presented the tank watch by the French. So Louis Cartier was flying over the tanks, and he saw that rudder on either side, and he thought, oh, that would be a really cool looking watch. So they were so appreciative that the Americans helped during the French War that they presented that one to him. And so that's why they call it the tank watch. And the tank watch is still made today and still very popular. Very iconic, definitely a trademark for Cartier. So from the beginning, royalty have been adorned with Cartier jewels, a tradition that still exists today. So all these gals are wearing, these women are wearing these tiaras that are all designed by Cartier. And Cartier was known for making jewels for the royalty and anyone that had money. The unique dial designs and marks of authenticity. So the secret signature started in 1970s to discourage frauds. So on this watch, which is a drive, at the 7 o'clock, the V for the 7, it actually spells out Cartier. You don't really see it unless someone points it out to you, but it just helps get rid of all the frauds. And the smaller one, it's at the 10 o'clock for the ladies' watches. The larger is at the 7. Okay, the railroad track design. On the inside, you can see the track design is also on the tank watch, but back in the 1900s, everyone took trains in Paris, and that was the way to get around. So they put that into the design of the watch, the railroad track design, and it's almost on every Cartier watch they make. The Roman numerals are also very iconic and definitely a trademark for Cartier. And that beautiful guilloche dial with the sunburst center and the outer edge just being gorgeous is what they call the guilloche dial. It's just gorgeous. The blue steeled hands. At the very top, you see the blue steeled hands. They're actually heated to make them blue. It makes them very easy to read in the sunlight and very easy to read at a quick glance. So many watch companies do it, but Cartier started it. The blue spinel cabochon on the crown and steel models, they're trying to make this a piece of jewelry. So it's not just a watch, it's a piece of jewelry that tells time. So that's on all the stainless steel models will have a blue spinel, and it just decorates the piece and makes it look more elegant.
Kathleen, I have a question.
Yes.
I know on the steel models they use that blue spinel. What other gemstones do they use on some Cartier models?
The next slide will show, I think, the gold models. So there we go. There's your answer. Oh, that was a good question. So the diamond and blue sapphires are used on the gold models. And they'll either do a cabochon. The one on the left is actually the tank française, and that one has a diamond. And the point is actually out, but that's actually a faceted diamond. It's just beautiful, but it's just something to give it more of an elegance to it. And then the right is the blue cabochon. So they've made it smooth, but it's still a blue sapphire. The unique watch shapes, every design has a story. So many years ago, when everyone used pocket watches, they were all round. And Louis Cartier thought, we need some more shapes. So this is what's unique to Cartier, doing the unique shapes. The Santos Dumont, they mentioned earlier, the bezel's designed after Santos Dumont flying machine. So the little rivets in the bezel actually look like the rivets on the plane, and that's not the plane, the flying machine they called it. So that's to give it the little accent. And then you see the railroad track too on this as well, on the inside of the dial. The Panther. So it's a sleek design by Jean Toussaint, who liked to incorporate the Panther motif in jewelry. So she was hired, she was a woman that was hired by Louis Cartier in 1933 to be their artistic designer, which was very unusual for a woman to have this kind of position. But she loved panthers, so she made brooches with panthers, and it became very popular. And so hence, they had to name a watch the Panther, and this has been very popular for Cartier. It came out in 1983, and then it was retired in 2004, which they only retired it so they could bring it back, and they brought it back in 2016, and everyone still loves it. Very iconic, never go out of style, very classic. Beautiful watch. The Clé, it means key in French. The crown winds like an old mantle clock. So on the right side where the crown is, you can see an elongated crown, and it has a sugar loaf blue sapphire on it. When you turn that, it turns like a key on a mantle clock. The case is also curved, so it's very comfortable on the wrist. And it's one of the only watches that has blue Roman numerals rather than black. The Baignoire, it means bathtub in French, as it's shaped like an old-fashioned bathtub. It curves to fit the wrist. It's just very elegant. You can dress it up or dress it down. The Tank de Cartier, it's a rectangular case that looks like the rudders of the war tanks. So they're still keeping that model. The Tank American, elongated version of the classic style, is designed for Americans. So they're trying to be fair, give the Americans a watch in the French and the English. So it's got the curved bezel, which is beautiful. The Tank Française, it's a classic style that was designed for the French. This came out in 1996. It's very popular. It's probably one of the most popular stainless steel models that they carry. And it's got a beautiful satin finish and high polished link. Just very elegant, never go out of style, very iconic, very traditional, very classic. The Tank Anglaise. Robust style was designed for the English. So they have the wider bezel on either side. And then on the one side where the crown is, they have it tucked inside to protect it. So it's very durable, like a tank. The Ballon Bleu, this is one of my favorites. It means blue balloon in French. It's run on the front and the back, and it looks like a balloon. It feels like a pebble, so when you put it on, it's very comfortable. And on the bezel itself, it has a protection around the crown, which makes it very comfortable when you're wearing it. You don't have to worry about the crown going into your wrist. And we sell this for men and women. It comes in a 28, 33, 36, and a 42. It's a gorgeous watch. But we sell it for both sexes. So they do make quartz in the smaller models, and they make automatic in the 36, 42. This is the crash watch. This is a great story. So this was created in 1967 by Jacques Cartier, and he was in the London office. Somebody brought in a watch, and they said it was in a car accident, and he thought it was awesome. He thought, what a cool look for a watch. So it's either in a car crash. The other story we've heard is it fell down an elevator shaft, but either way, it was crashed. So this is the beautiful red Cartier box. Whenever you see it, you know it's a Cartier. It just tells this is Cartier with the red box and the gold motif. Down below, we have the Cartier kit. This is what you want to use at least once every few months to clean your bracelet. People aren't aware that if you don't clean your bracelet, it's going to stretch out on you, and you don't want that. So you can either use that spray on the bracelet itself, not on the watch, but just on the bracelet, and there's a little brush and a little polishing cloth. You can also stop in the store and have your bracelet taken off any watch, even if it's not Cartier, and have it put into the ultrasonic and cleaned, because you'll be surprised how much nicer to look and how much cleaner to look. These are the Cartier gifts with purchase from Cartier. Of course, my favorite is the bottle of champagne. It comes in a beautiful bottle. And also the wine or the champagne tastes pretty good too. It comes with stationery too, if you prefer, and you can get a frame or a little business card holder. Nice little touch for Cartier. The warranty, it used to just have a 2-year warranty. Now all the Cartiers have an additional 6-year warranty. So it's 8 years, you're covered. And Cartier will email you every couple years just to remind you to bring it in to be looked at, to have us test it for you. Cartier has over 100 colorful straps that can be specially ordered for your timepiece. New day, new outfit, new strap. This watch is the Tank Solo. It came out in 2004. It's got many different colors. These are all interchangeable straps, and they just give you a new look for a different outfit every day if you want it. The straps on this watch start at $160. The other straps they make go up to about $400. But it just gives you a different look altogether and just a beautiful watch, a fun watch. And this one's only $2,410. They made this watch because they wanted everyone to be able to afford a Cartier. So Cartier, who wears it? The women we admire: Jacqueline Kennedy, Jennifer Aniston, Angelina Jolie, Lady Diana. They've all got the tank watches on. Here's a picture with Jacqueline Kennedy and her daughter Caroline, and she's wearing the tank ordinal, and it was purchased for her by her brother-in-law in 1963, but it just sold at an auction in 2017 for $375,500, and it was bought by Kim Kardashian, who loves Cartiers. Actor, oh boy,
Mahershala Ali.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to come in, Jen. So this is from Green Book. He's wearing the Santos skeleton. This is an exquisite piece. The Roman numerals are actually part of the movement of the watch. And it's in stainless steel. We have one in stock if somebody needs one. We'd be happy to ship it out to you. This has the interchangeable strap. It comes with an additional strap that's blue, which brings out the blue steel hands. It's gorgeous. And you can order in any color strap that you like. Guitarist Keith Richards from Rolling Stones is wearing a panther. Actor Jason Momoa from Aquaman is wearing a Santos on a strap. Actor Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Thank you. I have it right here, but I didn't look. From Brokeback Mountain is wearing the Santos on a strap. Actor Chris Pratt is wearing, from Jurassic World, is wearing a gold Santos. So that one comes on 2 straps that you can interchange back and forth without using a tool. So it can make it when you're traveling, it's great to have 3 watches rather than just having 1 watch with 3 looks, different straps and a bracelet. Fit for the Queen of Pop. Madonna's wearing a tank watch, 18-karat white gold with diamonds. Gorgeous. It also has a deployant buckle, and that was actually patented by Cartier back in 1907. So many people think that it just came out recently. It's been around for many years. For the current royalty, Kate Middleton is wearing a 33mm stainless steel Ballon Bleu. She wears it all the time. She wears it when she's dressed up, dressed down. You never see it off her wrist. But it's a beautiful watch, Ballon Bleu. Like I said, one of my favorites. And the ex-royalty. We have Meghan Markle wearing a 2-tone Tank Française. She bought this for herself back in 2015. It was a self-purchase. She was so excited that she had success with her series suits, and she bought it for herself. And on the back of the watch, she engraved it, "To MM from MM." And she bought it because she thought she knew she'd wear it all the time, and that someday she'd give it to her daughter. So Rami Malek, Best Actor 2019, is wearing an American tank on a strap. Good movie too. Cartier therapy with Dr. Phil. He loves Cartier. I've never seen him without a Cartier. He wears an all 18 karat gold Roadster most of the time, but once in a while I'll see him too wearing a Cartier Roadster stainless steel chronograph. But he loves Cartier, and he likes to show it off proudly. Actor Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians has a tank watch, the tank solo, the gold case on a strap. The Real Housewives, Southern Charm, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Shahs of Sunset. They're all wearing Cartiers. I won't go through all their names. We can talk more than later.
I know them all. Good share.
Oh, Jen, do you want to say them?
Oh, sure. The first image is Teresa Giudice. The second one in the yellow dress is from Shahs of Sunset. That's Mercedes Javid. And then Real Housewives, Cynthia Bailey. And from Southern Charm, Cameron Eubanks. And down in the corner, who's done a ton of really great charitable work, especially during kind of the current thing we're in, that's Bethany Frankel. She actually quit the Housewives to just fully focus on charitable work. So she's amazing. And then Kourtney Kardashian from Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I know her.
Yeah.
Very good. Thanks, Jen.
Welcome.
A Cartier timepiece is the anchor to any great stack. This is my favorite Cartier. This is a Ballon Bleu 42 millimeter with a double diamond bezel. It's gorgeous. And she's got a stack with all kinds of jewelry. It's fine to stack with jewelry. If it's a diamond tennis bracelet, just make sure that the diamonds aren't going over the crystal, because that could scratch the crystal. But otherwise, this looks beautiful. I'll take the jewelry too, but the watch is my favorite on the wrist. We have a tank Anglaise with Cartier stackable jewelry, the bangles. And this is the Santos Demoiselle, which means young lady, with some bracelets. We have the Tank Francaise Chrono Reflex, and that looks great on a man or a woman. Another Tank Anglaise with some bangles. And here we have the Cartier Pasha chronograph. Looks great on a man or a woman. I like the bigger watches myself. So what is your favorite style? You can unmute now.
I'll start with mine.
Okay.
So I actually really love the larger styles too. I think it's really fun to see women wearing kind of oversized men's timepieces. So I don't know how close I can get here, but I wear, oops, my screen just went out.
We can see you though.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, we can see you.
Oh, right. Okay. So I wear the XL gold tank American. And yeah, it's fun. It came on a black kind of thick alligator strap, and I took that off immediately. I don't love black all the time, and I put it on kind of an unbranded cream strap. So nothing like having a watch in the thousands on a strap in the 20s. Like, you know, just you can do anything you want with them. They still look really nice. And then I also have a second Cartier strap that I ordered directly from them. And this is kind of back to that story of ordering custom fun straps. I don't know if it comes across on the screen, but this is actually kind of a really bright lime green. And it totally changes the look of it.
Oh yeah.
It makes it just really fun and playful for the summer. So, I mean, $300 makes you feel like you have a new watch or a new look.
Kathleen, I love my Ballon Bleu. Can you see it?
Oh, yes. I love it. Looks great.
It's so incredibly comfortable. I love the tone of this watch because it goes with everything. I love the modernized look of a round watch. It's a little less traditional, and the protected crown again makes it so comfortable to wear every day. Love it.
Love it too. Looks great.
I'll go next.
Okay, Jewel.
I always love vintage looks. I love from Jackie O as a child and Princess Diana, and I love square shapes. So I was able to find at JB Hudson a beautiful, hopefully you can see it, Louis Cartier tank. I also like to layer it with different things. Tonight I have like just a simple Gurhan bracelet with it. But the funny thing is, we're talking about colors of straps. I originally had a black strap because I thought it would go with so much. The minute I changed it over to a blue strap, everybody notices it and loves it. So color really plays well on these watches. And of course, I don't know if you can see, but I also have the gold watch, so it has the beautiful blue sapphire crown on it as well.
Yes, very nice.
So I love it.
Good. I love it too.
Okay, I have two Cartier watches. I have no idea what the names are. One's brown and one is oblong, and I love them. I mean, like, I wear them every day. I just keep switching them out. And I have to say that I don't care if anyone else loves them, but I love them. They're lightweight. They're easy to read. I'm 60. I don't need glasses, but I think I'll be able to wear these into the future. And now that I know that I can get changeable straps.
Very.
Oh my.
I'm in trouble now.
Listen, first of all, I have to have a red one. And then now that I see the green, I think, well, wouldn't that be kind of a fun look?
Is that a Packer green?
Yes, it would be. It would be. So I never thought I would love Cartier as much as I do, but seriously, I have a lot of different watches, but I love these.
Good. I'm glad
These
to
are
hear
my
that.
favorites.
Mine too.
Another thing I like about the brand, when Julie got her watch, kind of staring at it every day because I see you every day, or used to see you every day. But looking at it, I'm like, the styles don't change. I mean, they really stay consistent. The DNA of the brand over the history of the brand has really, the look has stayed the same. So it's a nice brand to get into if you want something that you can pass down. And Julie's watch inspired me to get my daughter's 18th golden birthday watch when she was 3. So I have that.
Do you have it handy?
I can go grab it. It's in the box and everything. I will go grab it without her seeing it. I gotta get past her.
Uh-oh. Lola, do you have something?
Yeah.
What do you have? I'm not sure how long it should be gone. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
Ooh.
Santos?
I don't know what to say.
Tell them about your watch.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, that's all what you like about it.
Neither do I.
That's all right.
It's small.
So what do you like about your watch?
It's small.
And tell us about the strap.
It's blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember what that model's called?
No.
Panther.
Okay.
The Panther.
Cool.
Right.
Love it.
Yeah, she's very excited. And I'll share one too. This is what looks like a bracelet,
Ooh.
and it's a woven beautiful cuff with a hinged bracelet clasp. And on the very back, it is signed Cartier. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh, cool.
And the crown is in the back because the movement is so small. There's the dial.
Oh.
So this Cartier was purchased brand new from the boutique in Paris in 1959
Wow.
by the previous owner. And when I discovered it, I had to have it. and I don't wear it very often, but
I've never seen it. I love it.
yeah. So that belongs to Lola too, but she doesn't wear that one. It's a little too big for her yet.
What movement is that? Is that JLC, that teeny tiny JLC movement, or something else?
101.
Yeah, it is the JLC caliber 101, which was developed in the 20s and to this day remains the smallest mechanical movement made.
Cool. That's neat.
We just serviced one of those probably 3 months ago at the store for a client. Pretty cool.
I didn't see that one either. Oh, Jen, do you want to show us your daughter's watch?
Nick, what is that called again?
The movement is a Jaeger-LeCoultre caliber 101, and Cartier, up until very recently, did not make its own movements. It now manufactures its own caliber in several of its timepieces, but that's fairly recent. Prior to that, they sourced their movements, and at the time that this particular watch was made, Jaeger-LeCoultre was kind of a leading company in the world of watch movement manufacturing, and Cartier discovered that caliber 101, and they put it in several of their high jewelry watches over several decades.
Wow, cool. Very cool. We need to do this.
You know, I used to have a two-tone Santos XL, and I've still got the sunglasses that go with it. Like, and it's got the details.
Oh, neat.
And the lenses actually say Cartier on them also, but you've got to really look for it. And so that's kind of neat. And then I've got my, I don't know what model this is, but I really like the pen. I really like the cabochon on it.
I think it's called the Diablo.
Okay.
Very nice. It's very nice pen, Nick. Jen, do you want to show your daughter's watch? Jen, are you there?
Yeah, that's, sorry.
Back to you.
That is the packaging you were talking about, the box. That's really nice. And it's in here, tiny. Still has the tag on it. I'm keeping it on it because I think it'll be more fun, like as the years pass. To have that with it, kind of add to the story, but it's fun. Just kind of like Meghan Markle when she purchased hers, and she was thinking about longevity and being able to pass it on. Same thing.
It might need
whether you're at royalty or live in Minnesota, you can do the same thing.
Cool. Anyone else want to share a watch, a Cartier? Okay, I'll show mine then. So I've got a Cartier Ballon Bleu. It's 46 millimeter. I bought it a few years ago. It was pre-owned, but my customer had traded it in. And as soon as David put it in the case, I said I want it. He goes, "Why did you wait till I ticketed it?" But I have a thing about Vikings, so I bought a purple strap for it. It came with a black one, or it came with a brown one, and I ordered a black one as well. So it's just fun to change the color of it. But the purple's my favorite, so I have that on all the time. So that's my Ballon Bleu, the 46. Then I like the Ballon Bleu so much, I got the 36 millimeter. Stainless steel, the other one's of gold. And then I got the Panther, which is the older model. And this is probably from the 90s. Yeah. Yeah. And the bracelet, there's more links to the bracelet. It's so comfortable. But because I like a bigger watch, I wear my 46 the most often. That's all I got. Anyone else want to share anything?
So Kathleen, you know I love your purple Ballon Bleu. Every time I see it.
I can get you one. Or David Brenke can get you one. We'll take care of you.
Yes. So I have my my Tank Francais, which I bought at Hudson, which I love. It's very classic.
I love it too. And your husband Mark doesn't have a Cartier yet?
No, but David just emailed him a thing for a Santos.
Good. Yeah, that one sells very well, the Santos. It's beautiful. And you can change it to a bracelet or a strap, and it's so easy to do without using a tool.
That's a nice,
Yes,
a
that's a
nice
nice
feature.
feature.
Cass, can you show it again? I had stepped away.
So what again?
Show her watch again. Can you put it way close?
Can you see it?
Oh, now I can. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Kim's into those Cartiers now. That's good. Yeah.
Say, are most people buying the quartz or the mechanical version?
Well, the funny thing is, when a man buys a watch for his wife, he normally wants to buy an automatic. He feels like they want an automatic. But a lot of times the women prefer quartz because they're putting their makeup on, getting their kids ready, whatever, and getting themselves ready. They would rather just put it on and not worry about it. So, but they do, like, for example, in the Ballon Bleu, they make a 28 millimeter in the quartz, but they do make a 33 and a 36 in a quartz and an automatic. So, but it's kind of personal preference. If you wear it all the time and it's automatic, you don't have to worry about winding it. But if you take it off and switch watches, then you have to just, wind it up or whatever. What would you rather buy for your wife? A quartz or automatic?
You got the automatic.
And the automatic. But my friend Cindy bought a quartz Cartier, the Anglais.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, from the Loop.
I will say that, I will say with the automatic, if you do need to start it up or set the time, it's a little
it's hard to get at the-
little difficult because the crown is so
really
small,
small.
but
Well,
these
they
are
actually make even a tool for that. We can order a tool for her. That they, for her to wind.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, that's good to know.
These are such important problems that we have to deal
Yes.
with.
I know it. Isn't that just something?
You get the feel of it. I know, not to change the topic, but a lot of people complain about winding their Speedmaster Pro, but once you get the hang of it, it's not a problem. But
Right.
if
That's
you're new
true.
to it, I can see it's difficult around the crown guards, but once you know how to do it, it's no problem.
Anyone else that has a watch they want to share or a story they want to share?
I've got this book here that, have you ever seen this before?
Oh, no, I haven't. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'll have to bring it into the store sometime so you can look at it.
Okay.
It's got drawings of pictures of watches and when they were designing them, the styles and stuff. And
Oh, that sounds
it's-
interesting, Nick.
yeah, I'll bring it into the store sometime.
Okay, every day but Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not there this week either.
No,
Oh,
none of us are.
we'll be back soon. We'll be back to normal, our new normal, right?
Well,
Okay.
Kathleen, as you know, I'm a new member of the team, so I don't have a Cartier yet, but I definitely,
yet.
it's my favorite as well. And my birthday's coming up on the 13th of May, so I think I might be planting the seed, especially as we're coming out of this quarantine. I think it might
Yes.
be a perfect gift. for
I
my husband.
agree. A nice little gift for yourself just to get, yeah, that's wonderful. And anyone else that wants to share a story or anything?
Kara, which one do you want?
I think she's looking for a tank.
You know what? I don't know. I've been doing a lot of studying on it, and I just finished the Cartier Retail University, and so there's so many options. I need to spend a little more time playing with them in person, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree. That's a good idea.
Kathleen, I got a question. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I can talk later. No.
Okay, mine's kind of silly. I was just going to say, as like a woman, I think there are a lot of like other go-to watches that men have in mind for themselves, and kind of like a hit list of watches that they want in particular orders. I personally love seeing men in Cartier watches. I think it says something about their style. They're really sexy watches. So just not that my point of view really matters, but something to consider as you're getting watches for your collections. They're appealing as we are looking at men wearing them.
I like that, Jenna.
Single people.
So Kathleen, something kind of fun, and you touched on the mansion, and Nick talked about being there with David. I had the opportunity to have a customer of mine who bought a watch from me And we arranged through Janine, of course, who is our rep, fantastic, love her, she's been with us a long time, to have the customer have an experience at the Cartier store. And they will do that for somebody who's bought a watch in the past, who just likes Cartier, who enjoys the product. And they gave them a tour of the store and a champagne toast at the end of it. And those people enjoyed it and shared that with many people. And it was just kind of a great thing. And so it is something that we can do for our customers. And I look forward to going there myself sometime too. So
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Barry. Did I miss anybody?
Yeah, just a quick thought or a question, Kathleen. How often do you see people coming in looking at the Pasha? I aesthetically do not like the watch, but the history of it, you know, people coming in and understanding it's a Genta design, and you think of Genta's Royal Oak and Genta's Nautilus, but I don't think people understand that the Pasha was also one that I think was early 80s, mid 80s, I can't remember now. But do you get a lot of interest in individuals coming in wanting to see a Pasha for any historical reference or anything like that?
Yeah, we do once in a while, and we actually put them on a wish list because they have retired the Pasha now, but they've retired the Panther and brought it back 15 years later. So we can certainly look. David Branke can take a peek for you and see, you know, is there a certain one you're looking for?
No, like I said, I don't really like the brand. I just think it's interesting. You think about, you know, Genta being a significant presence in the watch design over the last, you know, 40, 50 years. And I think it's little known that he actually was one of the big designers or influencers on the Pasha. And you know, for the rest of his other ones, I think he also designed one of the Bulgaris. But you think of anything he has really made for other brands has just turned to gold, and you think about it. But for whatever reason, the Pasha just hasn't taken off, even though it's historically been, you know, working, I guess, like with a brand like Cartier, you'd think you'd see more reverence for it, but maybe not. I was just curious as to what you've seen over the years.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. That was good.
I used to see a lot of women in the store, and if they were wearing a Pasha, I swear, like 9 out of 10 times, they were from New York. I feel like women in New York, Cartier Pasha was the it watch, and still, in many ways, still see women wearing it who are traveling to Minneapolis.
Interesting, thank you.
I was going to say, understated note about Cartier that means a lot to me as a salesperson who's been with JB Hudson over 26 years, and most of us. Cartier, and maybe you know the answer to this, Kathleen, how long she's been there, but our rep for Cartier, our sales rep, Janine, is amazing. She's one of the best reps in the industry, which says a lot about a company that A, the longevity that she's been with Cartier, B, if you, the client, needs something, she is on it, and we always get answers, and that says a lot about the company and the brand to me. Do you know how long she's actually been there?
I think it's been 20 years. Yeah, she is excellent. Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Mm-hmm. Yep, in this industry, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we love her. And she always gets back to you right away. And the cool thing, too, is if you buy a gold watch and the links, it's a little short on your wrist, you can get 2 free gold links if it's a new watch. You can't from any other vendor. They're going to charge you $400 or $500 a piece. They'll give you 4 free stainless steel links, and she'll get them to you as quick as she can. So she's very accommodating. Yeah.
So it would be worth loading up on salty food a couple days before coming in to buy, because you're going to get a little bit out of the thing, right?
Brandon, that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Good idea. Hey, with the Pasha, what is the design background or story, if anything, behind it? Because it doesn't seem to fit to me. I mean, there's some similarities, but it does seem very different than the others. Any idea?
Well, we haven't carried the Pasha for a while, just in our pre-owned, so I don't know as much about the Pasha. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Question. I'll find it out for you, though, because I know where to find you.
We'll see you next time in the store, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going off memory here, but Genta, as Mark was talking about, Genta did design one of the Pasha series, but originally Pasha, I think, came out in the 30s or 40s as a waterproof option with that canteen screw-down crown, as Cartier's answer to waterproofing. And then just to go back to Mark's point about Genta, because this comes up quite a bit now. So Gerald Genta, for those that don't know, was a watch designer. He ended up Oh, David's got a
Pasha C timer.
yeah, Pasha C
Oh, yeah,
timer
that's
chrono
nice.
there.
Hmm.
So rubberized bracelet, rotating bezel. Is it, David, do you want to show us that screw down canteen crown?
Sure. My printer's printing for some reason, but I don't know what's coming off, so sorry about the noise. But so it kind of unscrews. And then Mark was talking earlier about crowns that are a little bit smaller. That's the tiniest crown, but in the C timer, can you see it actually?
Yep.
But in the C timer, this actually can stay on there, and it acts as a grip so you can wind it. So
Well, that one doesn't have a little chain on it then, does it?
This one has like a hinged bar of steel.
Okay, I've
Let's
never
see if I
seen
can
that.
get that to display.
Oh, cool.
And it kind of rotates with the watch.
Yeah, it's like a link. It hangs down.
Yeah, like a link.
Not a chain.
So
David, what millimeter is that bezel, or maybe from bezel to crown?
this one's a 43 millimeter.
Okay.
So pretty good size.
Yeah.
Like Nick said, the rubber over steel is kind of a neat option. Kind of protects the steel and has a cool black look.
Yeah, there's another one that was made that I'm really partial to. If I see one at a good price, I'll probably snap it up. But an 18 karat yellow gold, just Pasha automatic on a strap. Beautiful watch. Mark was talking earlier about Gerald Genta. So he was this watch designer. I think he was most active in the 70s, I guess. But yeah, he designed the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, the Patek Nautilus, the IWC Ingenieur, at least one of the versions of the Ingenieur.
Just a few decent watches.
You know, other things like that. But he was always, I don't know if he was ahead of his time, but all of his designs were controversial. They were all really like, you love them or you hate them. And over the course of time, I guess my impression has always been that more people have not preferred his designs unless it's popular to like his designs. So right now there's a couple of those models that are just hyper popular, but for a long time they were almost ignored. They were completely ignored because they were so far outside of the box that these brands had built for themselves and the way that they were used to designing things. So I think it's really interesting that the group had pointed out that the Pasha doesn't really fit into the rest of the Cartier iconic designs. You think about blue steel hands and cabochon crowns and Roman numerals and really sleek, clean tank style designs. The Pasha is totally different from all of that. But in a way, it's also a really cool piece. It's probably one right now that's underappreciated because it is discontinued. You're not seeing new ones. There's nothing else really like it. And oftentimes people will ask us, well, tell me some brands or some watches that maybe I haven't heard of, because they don't want something that everyone else has. And then for the people that are also seeking value, that is a great one. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Obviously, you buy what you like. But for people that are into building long-term collections, Pasha's a potentially really, really strong play, because I think it's really undervalued right now.
I think that one that David had there, that's a beautiful watch.
Nick, that could be yours.
Isn't it David?
I can't do the rubberized. I can't do it.
Why?
I think it's a really cool look, but I don't like. This is my personal viewpoint. I don't love plating or DLC coating or PVD coating or rubberized coating, because I know I'm going to wear it off because I wear my watches. But I don't know. It's a cool look, just not for me.
I kind of like the 3 cabochons on it. They're beautiful.
It is nice. It is the nice, Nick. It is.
David, how much is that Pasha in the window?
That is a very good question. I will tell you in 37 seconds.
$42.75.
Who did that?
Ken did that. How did he know?
He looked at the website.
No, I just knew that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're hired.
You don't want me to. You guys do a better job.
Do we have any other questions at all? Or stories?
Yeah, I wanted to know, do their deployant clasps break in a little over time and get a little easier to close? I've only ever tried on one or two in a store, and you push substantially harder than I'm used to having to push to close the deployant.
Okay, well, Brandon, when you do a deploying buckle, can you see my watch here?
Higher.
Higher,
I can. There you go.
Okay, so when you close it, when you go to close it, you don't push it from the clasp. You push it from the center and push it towards the clasp, and it snaps.
Just a little higher. I'm still not
Sorry.
quite, but you're pushing essentially on the top of the.
When I go to close it, I'm pushing from the middle
Higher,
of the
Kath.
clasp. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't.
There you go.
And then when you push it, you're not pushing it from the clasp up here. You're pushing way back here and pushing it forward, and then you can actually hear it clasp.
Okay. Okay.
So next time you come in, we'll show you.
All right.
And on the new Santos pieces with the rubber straps and things, there's a brand new deployant that actually has push buttons on the side to operate, and it's a much more well-constructed item. So.
Yes, indeed. Well, how are your drinks? You need a refill. Do you have any other questions? Anybody?
So David, you said that Pasha was 42 something then?
That was one of my trusted sources.
Okay. Does that sound right to you, or?
It sounds right to me.
Okay.
Sold.
I can double check it real quick though.
37 seconds.
He's usually spot on.
Do you guys think hopefully you're going to be maybe opening around the beginning of May? Or
We're hoping.
Yeah, fingers crossed, but you can buy it and we can courier it to you, Nick. It's fine.
oh, okay.
But that is the correct price, yeah.
Okay.
Kathleen, what's the best-selling Cartier watch? If I was only to have one Cartier in my collection, which one should it be?
So you have it on, the Ballon Bleu. The Ballon Blanc. They pronounce it Ballon Blanc. I have a hard time saying that, so I say Ballon Bleu. But that is really right now the best-selling one. It came out in 2007, and they had no idea it would do so well. And when stores are open, when we're not in the twilight zone, they normally sell about 500 Ballon Bleus a day throughout the world because it's such a popular watch, and right now it's doing very, very well. Yeah, except for right now, of course. Yeah. So that's what you should have. Maybe one with the gold with diamond bezel.
Kathleen, can you show me? Can you show that your 46 again, please?
On my wrist?
Yes.
Okay, I have to see where I'm at here.
Higher up.
It is big.
Oh yeah, that's very nice too.
Thank you. And I'm a Viking fan, so purple and gold, get it?
I'm a Packer fan, that's why I have green.
I know you do. That's why I had
Like
to
a Cartier rivalry in the store.
It's okay. It's fun.
Go Vikes, Kathleen.
Skull Bikes, yeah, there you go. Well, I do want to thank Jen. She did all the PowerPoint presentation for me. She did an excellent job. So thanks, Jen.
Job, Jen.
Woo-hoo. And did we have any more questions? I didn't want to cut anybody off.
This was really interesting.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you liked it.
Yeah.
And also,
Thank you.
did you like your presentation? Please go on our Google and give us a good review. We'd love to hear that. We'd love to hear from all of you.
Super interesting. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you very much.
Oh, can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
When did you guys move into that Rothschild building?
11 years, right?
February 8th of 2008 is when we opened up to the public.
Okay. And was there a period then where there wasn't a Hudson Jewelers for a little bit then, or?
There was about a 2-week period where we closed from the 8th Street
that's
store
nothing.
and moved.
That's
to the-
nothing.
Yeah, we didn't really. It was a short period, but to build that store was about a year build out to the current location where we are.
Do you guys, have you heard what they're going to do with that space in the Dayton's building?
Wasn't there a restaurant?
Yeah, it's quite the big build out to be a giant food court and then offices up above. So there's quite a few restaurants and.
But I mean the Hudson
door is still there.
Right there.
That door is there.
The door's still there?
Yeah, that ornate.
Yeah, the iron
Yeah.
door or whatever.
Yeah.
And the display window on the outside and stuff.
Yeah, that space in particular, for those of you that do remember it, J.B. Hudson was an original tenant of that building when it was built in 1929. And being that that space is the only original space left in the building, after the new real estate holding company bought it, they planned to completely redo the space, but the Historical Society said, not so fast. And they are requiring that particular space, because it is original to the building, to essentially remain untouched. And so their plans for it changed immediately, and then they had to find a restaurant occupant or something like that to try to keep as much of the original wood paneling and structure as possible. So it'll be interesting to see it when it's all done, whatever it does become.
It always seemed really tiny, like as I try to remember it, but it might have, compared to your space now, of course.
Yeah, it is pretty tight, and there are a lot of columns in the space too, and it's dark. There are no outside windows, so I don't know. It's
pretty cool,
definitely
though.
like but I think it'd make a really cool like cigar lounge or supper club, something like that.
Cool.
For those of us that worked in that location, it was always it's a beautiful space, absolutely beautiful. But it was always a little odd to be showing somebody a watch and then 5 feet from them, like a couple looking for an engagement ring. It was, very different occasions kind of smushed
I'm
up
trying to
against
remember,
one
was there like a mezzanine or something in there too? Or yeah, boy, it's been a long time since I've been in there.
That was mainly china upstairs and giftware.
Was it?
Crystal, flatware.
Yep.
Yeah.
It also didn't have windows, which our store has windows now, so that's great. But the other store did not have windows, so it was hard to show beautiful gemstones and diamonds in the store because it was so dark. So we love our new location.
Oh, it's beautiful.